feel, I really feel like I need to make a video, and so I'm glad that I can, and that I have this outlet. So, and I really, I think that that is pretty much 100% thanks to Whispering Life. Well, in the other first whispers, I suppose, Danish Vlog and SJD and Mysterious Goo, who I listened to back in the day, who, actually I think Jade came after me, but anyway, like that matters, but anyway, yeah, I'm just really grateful to have this outlet. Okay, enough about that. So, I had a very interesting night tonight. I've had actually a lot of, I guess, an interesting week, really, in regards to music, primarily. It's really, been on my mind, and tonight in particular, I've, just realized a lot of things that I need to talk about, and I would like to have this documented and not just, you know, shockingly enough at this point, I just don't feel like writing. Normally I would write, but I just felt like the first thing I did when I walked in the house was grab my camera to make a video. Anyway, I don't know why, but I just feel like I need to talk this through and document it. When I first started making videos, I mean, originally I just made them for the sake of whispering. I didn't expect really anything. I didn't expect to get anything out of it personally. I just made them because I wanted to repay the favor to the few people who were making whisper videos at the time, because there was only like 2 or 3 people, and so I sort of just started making videos to give them something to listen to. And a really surprising thing happened, which I'm sure a lot of whisperers out there have encountered and experienced. There's something about this format for me that really prompted me to start talking about really personal things. And I guess that was exactly what I needed to do, so that I could hear myself say the things that I needed to hear and understand in order to trigger a lot of really major changes in my life and myself. And if you've been listening to my videos all along, you'll know sort of what those changes were and stuff. But, yeah, it wasn't a process that I intended to start, really, when I started making videos. And, I mean, the videos weren't the only thing, but they were a pretty big part of it, actually. And then, for a while, I've had ulterior motives making videos. I won't go into that, but tonight I I'm strapped in and I'm committed to this, and I still have no idea where it's taking me, and I have a feeling that I still have no real grasp of what's going to be asked of me, what's going to be demanded in order to get to where I've kind of aimed myself. But I do know that I'm still willing. I'm definitely still willing. I'm still committed, and I'm still going to do the best that I can to continue to help this thing unfold. But let me get specific here, because I'm sure I'm being vague. Okay, so I'll just tell you what I've been up to for the last week or so. It started last Thursday when I went to the open mic in Vancouver, which I sort of did on a whim. My brother asked me if I'd go, and he's been asking me for the last few weeks, and I just have not gone because I've had other things to do or whatever. And I've been putting it off. But anyway, last Thursday I went, and I sang, one of the songs that I've recorded and put on my channel, the Tina Dico song. He doesn't know, it's called. So I sang that one by myself, and then I sang one with my brother. It's called Poison Oak by Bright Eyes, and my brother sings the melody and I sing harmony on that one. And they both went really well, and it was really encouraging. It was the first time I've ever sang and had people like cheer in the middle of the song, you know, not just at the end, but like when I would sort of hold a note or get really into it and they could tell, they would like cheer me on. That's something I haven't really experienced before, and it was really cool. And then afterwards, I was talking to the woman who does the bookings for the place that I was playing at, and she said that she was impressed with my singing, and that she actually said that I was like her favorite of the evening, and that I should contact her about doing my own night there, or doing like an acoustic night with maybe a couple other acts to fill up, 3 hours time. So that was like a huge confidence boost for me, because I have always had this idea in my head that these places in Vancouver where everyone is like, I don't know, I guess I've just always had this idea that it's like I'm not cool enough to play there. And I still kind of feel that way, but that was a really big boost for me. The fact that, it'd be one thing if I had, down the road, kind of mustered the courage to approach them and ask if I could play there or something, but the fact that she actually said that to me unsolicited was pretty amazing for me. Really kind of got me excited. So there was that, and just the whole night I felt, every time lately that I've been in an open mic setting, I've felt that sense of community with other musicians rather than competition, and it's been the shift that is going to change everything for me in the way that I view music, because I still have a lot of that competitive mentality when it comes to music, and it's not, unfortunately, I guess, for me, it's not normally that I think I'm better than everyone, it's usually that I think I'm worse than everyone, so it really holds me back. It's one of the major blocks that I have to actually getting out there and playing and singing in front of people, because I love it, I really do enjoy it, but my mind sort of talks me out of it a lot of the time. Anyway, so that was really cool. And then on Friday, I went out to a show with my friend Sam, and we saw some bands that, like, a lot of her friends, pretty much her whole group of friends, are really into music, live music, and a lot of them are in bands, and they're all really, really talented, and so the bands that we were seeing that night were sort of like these, actually you should check them out. Well, the one that I really, really like is called The Rare Birds, and they have a website. It's therarebirds.ca, where you can listen to a few of their songs. I think they're awesome, and they're really fun live. not sober. And she was driving my car, and the CD that I'd been listening to on the way out there was on, so that came on, and I started singing along in the front seat, and this guy was in the back seat, and he was, I guess, surprised by my singing, and he was like, said to Sam, like, shit, dude, your friend can sing, anyway, so we ended up, he came up with us and brought his guitar up, and we did some jamming, I guess, sang a couple Paul Simon songs, and it was really nice to have somebody harmonize with me for a change. A lot of the times when I sing with my brother, he's got a really good voice, and I think that if he pushed himself to try, I think that he could, and he is now, he's really trying to kind of get the feel for harmonies, and he's doing really well, but in the past he hasn't really been comfortable trying to harmonize with me, so typically he'll sing the melody and I sing harmony, which is totally fine. I love harmonizing. Actually, I really do enjoy it, and I'm glad to be able to, offer that to someone who's, especially people who are used to singing alone. It's really nice to have somebody join you, so, and I guess I got to feel that. This guy, I was singing Slip Sliding Away, I think, and, he started harmonizing with me, and there was just that little musical chemistry, I guess, that I don't feel very often, and I'm excited to open myself up to that more and play with other musicians, and just have that energy to feed off of. It's really a totally different feeling than when you play by yourself, and it was really cool. And he mentioned that there's another band in their kind of circle of friends who's looking for a female lead singer, and so who knows? I mean, I don't want to force anything, because for one thing, I don't feel like I'm really competent enough to properly represent what I could maybe potentially do. Although I have to watch that kind of thinking, because I've realized that that's another thing that keeps me from doing anything. It's like I've walked through life not really trying or committing or applying myself to any of these things, because that allows me to hold on to this kind of fantasy version of myself, so that, like, I think I actually mentioned this in a previous video, it's like the world sees me as like I kind of hide it so that I can tell myself that, if I really applied myself, or if I ever really decide to go for it, then, watch out or something. But it's all the while sort of motivated by this fear, or the flip side of that is this fear that if I ever really did try, I may find that I'm not what I just kind of felt like I had to do it all by myself. I had to be able to play guitar, at a professional level, and sing at a professional level, and write everything, and just have total, creative control and creative responsibility if I was ever going to do music, pursue it any more than I do. But I'm really starting to question that mentality, because I think that, being part of a sort of a synergistic, group, and just really focusing on my strengths and letting other people focus on their strengths it makes more sense to me these days than just trying to, my ego would have me trying to just do it all, but that's just ego, and that just cuts me off from people, really. Okay, so that was last week, and now tonight I went and played at an open mic in Langley. Sorry. And it's one that I've known of for a really long time. It's been going on for a long, long time. And I've known of it for at least 10 years, but I've never gone because it's put on by the BC Songwriters Association, and so you have to sing original material. And my original material at this stage is the only songs I've got that are completed and even possible to perform are 10 years old, because I haven't written anything new since I went on Prozac, and since I've come off of it, I've started to get inspiration, and I've written some kind of half-finished songs, but nothing that's completed. Although I want to complete all those songs. I think I've got 3, maybe 4 songs that I really actually like, but I have to finish them. So, anyway, I played tonight. I just played a couple of my old songs, and it was a really interesting experience. It's so much different than playing covers. And I have played them a few times in the past. I've sort of thrown them in with sets where it's mostly covers, and then I will sing a couple of my own songs. But this was the first time I've ever played where that's all I get to represent myself and to sing is my own songs. And it was hard. It was really, really, I was nervous and scared, and it was very, very different than the experience of singing cover songs. So, when I got there, they do a showcase thing for the first hour, so they have this time they had 2 different people, each play for half an hour, and then they do the open mic part. And the first girl that sang was this amazing 16-year-old singer, piano player. What was her name? Haley something. I'll find out and I'll let you guys know so you can check out her. If she's got a MySpace page or something, I'll find out for you to check her out, because she's really, really, she was amazing. She blew me away. She sounds a lot like Regina Spektor, if you're familiar with her. Kind of the same, similar vibe and sound. Really good lyrics, very interesting piano, and very interesting chord changes and things. So of course I was confronted with a whole lot of self-judgments and things that my ego tells me to keep measure it by. And I know I'm starting to finally understand that that's not how it works. Or, well, as long as that is my mentality, I'm only ever going to, A, I'll only enjoy it so much, you know, I won't be able to enjoy it the same way, and B, I won't be able to write and really express myself as long as I'm worried about how it's gonna compare or measure up or be received by people. And I've caught little glimpses of that lately, and I know that's the truth, but it's definitely still like a deep part of me that I'm gonna have to work on. So there was that, and then the next person was this other, an older woman, not older, but like older than her, because she was only 16, and older than me, probably, I would say she's probably in her 40s. And I've seen her a few times at open mics throughout the years, starting back, like, when I was younger, and I used to go to open mics every once in a while just to listen. And she's like, her style is a little bit kind of country-ish, so it's not necessarily the style that I would want to play, but she's very talented, and what really struck me about her was just how happy and comfortable she seemed with herself. And I had quite an emotional reaction to watching her, actually. It made me really realize that I spent a lot of time beating myself up and denying the gifts that I've been offered, as in like basically turning them away, you know, through my own fear and my own self-limitations. It's like God's been offering me this gift all these years, and I've been saying, no thanks, I'm just gonna, like, no, I'm not gonna do any work to claim this thing, or I'm not even gonna believe that I deserve it. And I've just been, like, I think about all the songs I didn't write, you know, all the times I told myself that what I was doing was wrong, not good enough, and just shut myself down over and over in so many ways. And I feel like, I guess I feel guilty for that. Like I was ungrateful, and I just hope that I haven't lost my chance. Like, I hope that it's not too late for me to start to become grateful and actually explore the possibilities that are open to me, because I'm starting to realize that that is a gift, you know, and what I do with it is really up to me, and so far I've been extremely scared of it and ungrateful for it. And yeah, so I was feeling really quite, like, emotional, just feeling really sad for the abuse that I've caused myself over the years. But then I realized that it's not something I can take back or undo, so all I can do is make different choices now. And so yeah, I stuck around and I forced myself to sing my songs, and I was nervous, and I came into contact with a lot of stuff inside that I have a feeling that as I challenge myself and as I stay, like I said, committed to this whole process of just recovering who I really am and shedding all the real song. And I sang it the way I sing the covers that I sing, and, you know, I just have to have compassion for myself and patience and understanding and just try and reprogram myself from being so perfectionistic that in the past I've just been so perfectionistic that I just don't do anything at all, because I'd rather not do anything than do something poorly. And I think, as any artist knows, like they say, in order to make art, you have to be willing to make bad art. You have to be willing to make mistakes and suck and just have horrible experiences. Well, or at least, like, I've had just these uncomfortable, imperfect moments of, you know, like tonight for the first time in a long time. My nerves were so bad that they actually affected my ability to sing, and my throat was all tight, and I really don't like that. It's a very helpless and frustrated feeling when that happens to me. But I just worked through it, and by the end of it I, you know, was more comfortable than I was when I started, so I think that if I just keep going, I'll get more and more and more comfortable, and as I just keep writing, I'll be able to write freely, and, you know, I'm at this point in my life, and in this journey where I need to just stop, maybe not stop, but tone down all the thinking and planning that I've been doing, and instead of waiting until I think I'm ready for any of this stuff, I just need to get out there and start showing up and doing my part and acting on all of these things that I've been preparing for, you know, because it's amazing the strides that I can make in understanding and learning about myself when I actually go out and put myself into these situations. Then I learn so much more than when I just sit at home and think about it. So, okay, that's been half an hour. Thank you for listening once again, and thanks again to Whispering Life for starting this whole thing. I really needed to do this video tonight. I don't know if any of it made any sense. I've just been sort of talking to hear myself talk, and to have something to listen to later, maybe, if I need to. I think that, like I said, for the first time ever, I've been starting to think that singing is something that I really want to pursue and explore. It's the only thing. It's the one thing that if I woke up tomorrow and I couldn't sing anymore, I don't think I'd see much point in living. I mean, I'm sure I would, but I hope I don't have to ever find out. But it's the one thing that I have just always taken for granted, I guess. It's me at my most authentic, I think, in a lot of ways. Not always, but when it works, when it clicks, I can put so much of myself into it. And I'm really starting to basically just shine a floodlight on all of these beliefs that have been operating inside for so long, you know, and expose them to scrutiny and, you know, drag them out in the open where I can see them and see if they really even have any substance, or if they're just lies that I've been taking as the truth. I'm scared. obligation and guilt and stress, which I do to myself. It's not any of you guys at all. But I have to let myself take my time with them, otherwise I don't think I can do them properly, because I get clouded with, guilt and stuff. I think what I might do is start to get through the people that I've already got waiting, is just do single rune readings. I think that's what I'm going to do, because they'll be so much faster. They still give you a nice bit of insight, and I can get through my list, and then from there, if people want, more readings, I can try and do more of the 3 rune readings or whatever. So, thank you for listening to me ramble. For those of you who have made it to the end of the video, you rock, because I really needed to talk, and I realized that a 37 minute video is a